There is a moment that every pilot who has ever faced the F-22 in training describes the same way. Not the moment they saw it coming. The moment they realized it had been there the whole time. Behind them. Above them. Already locked. Already gone. The engagement over before they understood it had begun. The missile tone in their headsets the only evidence that something extraordinary had just happened in the airspace around them. That experience, repeated hundreds of times in exercises across 2 decades, is why a single question keeps coming back. Not whether the F-22 is good. Everyone agrees it is good. The question is whether anything built since, by anyone, anywhere in the world, has actually closed the gap. And the honest answer, 20 years after this aircraft entered service, is no. To understand what the F-22 is, you first have to understand what it was built to prevent. It is the early 1980s. The Cold War is not winding down, it is accelerating. The Soviet Union is fielding 2 new fighter jets simultaneously. The Sukhoi 27 and the MiG-29. Both of them fast, both of them agile, both of them carrying weapons that can reach out and kill at ranges that previous Soviet aircraft could not match. For the first time since the Korean War, American pilots flying over a potential European battlefield cannot count on being better than what comes up to meet them. The people inside the Pentagon who understand what this means are not panicking, but they are moving quickly. Because what they are looking at is not just a tactical problem, it is a strategic one. American foreign policy for 40 years has rested on the assumption that the United States controls the air in any conflict it chooses to enter. Take that assumption away, and everything else becomes uncertain. So they commission a program with a brief that has no compromises in it. Build an aircraft that makes air superiority American again. Not for this decade, permanently. Whatever that costs, however long it takes, build it. What the engineers eventually deliver is something that should not, by any conventional understanding of the trade-offs involved, be possible. Stealth requires a specific geometry. Smooth surfaces, no hard angles, no protrusions. Every external component shaped to deflect radar energy away from its source rather than back toward it. That geometry conflicts with the geometry of speed. It conflicts with the geometry of extreme maneuverability. And it conflicts with the practical requirement of carrying enough weapons to matter in a fight. The F-22 resolves every one of those conflicts. Its exterior has no right angles anywhere. Every panel, every edge, every junction is angled precisely according to calculations that took years to develop and validate. The engine inlets curve internally so that radar cannot travel in a straight line to the fan blades. The canopy carries a metallic film that gives it a distinctive golden color and prevents radar from penetrating the cockpit. Every weapon the aircraft carries is sealed inside internal bays that open for under 2 seconds to release a missile and close again before the radar return can register meaningfully on any display. The result is a radar cross-section of approximately 0.1 square meters. On a radar screen, the F-22 appears roughly the size of a marble. Russia's most advanced operational stealth fighter reflects radar energy 5,000 times more strongly. China J-20 reflects it 800 times more strongly. These are not marginal differences in capability. They are the difference between being invisible and being visible, between engaging on your own terms and being engaged on someone else's. The engines are twin Pratt & Whitney F-119s, each producing 35,000 pounds of thrust. Together, they pushed the aircraft past Mach 2.25 in afterburner and, more importantly, sustained Mach 1.8 in dry thrust alone. That sustained supersonic cruise without afterburner, what pilots call Supercruise, is something no other production fighter can do. It means the F-22 covers ground faster, arrives earlier, and launches weapons that inherit its speed before they even ignite their own motors. The thrust vectoring nozzles at the rear of each engine rotate up to 20 degrees, redirecting exhaust independently of what the wings are doing. This is how the aircraft achieves angles of attack that aerodynamics alone would not permit. In testing, pilots held controlled flight at 110 degrees angle of attack, meaning the aircraft was pointed backward relative to its direction of travel and remained fully responsive to control inputs. The nose moves at more than 40 degrees per second. In a close-range engagement, the F-22 can be pointing at a target that was behind it before that target has completed a single defensive maneuver. The first major public test comes in 2006 at Northern Edge, a large force exercise over Alaska. A group of F-22s is tasked against a force of F-15 Eagles. The F-15 is not a mediocre opponent. It has a real-world combat record of over 100 air-to-air kills and 0 air-to-air losses. It is fast, capable, and flown by experienced pilots who know exactly what they are doing. The result is 108 kills for the F-22s and 0 losses. Not a narrow victory. Not a result that invites debate about conditions or rules of engagement. A complete, categorical, one-sided outcome in which the most capable fourth-generation fighter in American service was unable to score a single kill against the aircraft it was supposed to be replacing. Later that year at Red Flag, the result is 144 kills and 0 losses. Exercise controllers are forced to regenerate defeated aircraft repeatedly simply to give the training value the exercise was designed to provide. The Raptors are finishing engagements faster than the schedule can accommodate. Pilots who fly against the F-22 and later talk about it say the same things. They say the first indication of the engagement is usually the kill tone. They say they never picked up a radar warning. They say the debrief footage shows an aircraft that was positioned perfectly, fired at the optimal moment, and was already repositioning for the next target before the simulated weapon had even reached them. One pilot put it simply, "It does not fight you, it processes you." In 2013, 2 Iranian F-4 Phantom jets are scrambled over the Persian Gulf to intercept an American surveillance drone. What the Iranian pilots do not know is that the drone has been escorted for hours by 2 F-22 Raptors that their radar systems have not detected and that they cannot see visually. The Raptors have been there, watching, tracking, building their picture, completely invisible in airspace that the Iranians believed they controlled. As the Phantoms close on the drone, one Raptor makes a decision. It slides in underneath the lead Iranian aircraft. Not beside it, underneath it, close enough to read the markings on the fuselage. It examines the weapons load. Then it rises alongside the cockpit. The Iranian pilot turns his head. An F-22 Raptor is 3 feet from his canopy. Over the radio, the Raptor pilot speaks. "You really ought to go home." The Phantoms turn around, immediately, without argument. That encounter is everything the F-22 was designed to achieve. Not destruction, the elimination of the need for destruction. The communication, through presence alone, that the outcome of any alternative course of action has already been determined. The aircraft did not fire. It did not need to. Russia has the Su-57. China has the J-20. Both are real aircraft with genuine capabilities and serious engineering behind them. Both represent the ambition of nations that looked at the F-22 and decided they needed something comparable. Neither of them is comparable. The Su-57 entered limited service in the early 2020s, 15 years after the F-22. Its stealth characteristics have been debated extensively, with the general consensus being that its radar cross-section is significantly larger than the Raptor's, particularly from the front. Its production numbers remain small. The J-20 is more capable and more numerous. China has committed serious resources to it, and the aircraft has improved meaningfully since its first flight. But its engines remain a known weakness. Its stealth profile, while better than the Su-57, does not match the F-22 by any assessment available in open sources. And it has no combat experience of any kind. The F-22, meanwhile, has been flying, upgrading, and accumulating capability for 2 decades. Its radar can detect a fighter-sized target at nearly 400 kilometers. Its electronic warfare system carries more than 30 passive antennas embedded throughout the airframe, listening across 360 degrees of airspace without ever transmitting a signal. It can track 10 targets simultaneously and engage multiple targets before any of them know an engagement has begun. It does not just win the engagement, it controls the conditions under which the engagement occurs. That is a different kind of superiority. Not better reflexes, not a faster missile. The ability to decide, before the fight starts, exactly how the fight will go. The F-22 program was planned for 750 aircraft. Politics, budget pressures, and the end of the Cold War that had driven the original requirement reduced that to 187 operational jets. The production line closed in 2012. A study completed in 2016 found that restarting it would cost approximately $50 billion. The Air Force chose not to. Each flight hour costs approximately $68,000. Each aircraft required, in its early years, more than 40 hours of maintenance for every hour it flew. The stealth coatings are sensitive to moisture, to heat, to the environments in which military aircraft operate. Half the fleet can be unavailable on any given day. The most capable fighter in history is also, in practical terms, one of the most demanding to keep flying. And yet, in every exercise it has entered at full capability, it has not lost. In the combat deployments it has flown, no adversary has challenged it in the air. In the encounters it has had with the aircraft of rival nations, those nations have chosen to disengage rather than contest what they found in front of them. The F-22 Raptor is not the most numerous fighter in the world. It is not the cheapest. It is not the easiest to maintain or the simplest to operate. It is simply the best combat aircraft that has ever been built. And 2 decades after it entered service, with Russia and China both flying their answers to it, with billions spent on programs designed specifically to close the gap it opened, that statement still stands. Not unchallenged, but standing. Which, for an aircraft that was built to be the last word in air combat, may be exactly the point.